Yes, you're welcome back. We are going to look at for loop. For loop. We've looked at do while loop. Okay, now we are going to look at for loop. But before we look at for loop, I want to teach you something in this variable you are looking at now. This variable. You see that we use double quotes for this break, and the variable is outside, concatenated with the period. Then if I should, I'm dragging this, if I should put the quote here, you see where the quote is now. If I should put the quote here and close it up here, it will still work. This variable will still, everything will still work fine. Okay, let's check it out. Do you see it? Everything still works out fine. Okay, good. Now, this dot, I have to remove it because the dot is no longer important. Do you understand? We don't need the dot anymore. Okay, good. So it still works out fine. But if I should use single quotes, this is where I want to come in and teach you. If I should use single quotes, watch out what will happen. Do you see? It's not going to recognize this variable again. Now this is what happened. It will echo this variable the way it is without it. I mean, it didn't recognize this as a variable. It just recognized it as an ordinary letter. Do you understand? That is why it echoed it this way. Okay. So when you put variable in a quote, make sure that it is double quotes. Very, very important. Double quotes. Okay. Otherwise, put the quote here. Let's see, if you want to use single quote for some reason, then you have to do it like this. Then cover this break in a quote and concatenate it with period. It will still work fine. Do you understand? So when you want to use single quotes, make sure that the variable is not within the single quote. Okay, you will only use variable within a quote if that quote is double quote. Do you get that? Thank you so much. If you run it now, you see that it will run fine. Is it? Do you see that? That's by the way. Now let's go to for loop. For loop is more or less like a while loop, just like it is a kind of kind of short form of while loop. It makes it actually easier. Okay, let me explain it so you understand. Since you've seen while loop, now let's look at for loop. You see, for loop actually makes it make looping easy, especially when you have a large block of code to loop through. Okay, for loop is very much useful at that time. That point in time. Let's just do that so I don't understand what I mean. When you want to use for loop, just type in loop. This variable is no longer necessary. The variable will not be outside, the variable will be inside. So let's say you want to use this number as a variable, you just say for. Okay, the inside is you create a variable inside. Then after that, then you put the condition. Okay, let's say the variable number, then you put the condition less than or equals to 10, or less than or equals, okay, let's say 20. Okay, then you put the counter. You put the counter number plus. Okay, number plus. Then you close it. Okay, you close the parentheses. Now if you watch this, you see that this is actually what you did when you were doing the while loop, only that you put everything here in this constructor, as in this bracket. Everything is in this bracket. But in the while loop, what you did is that you created variable outside. Okay, then you say while, then you put this number less than or equals to. Okay, then inside after the code, then you put this down. Okay, but what you did now is that you put everything within this bracket. Okay, then I will tell you why it's important that this one is so necessary. Let's say you put the curly bracket. Okay, then inside the curly bracket you can now run the code you want to run. Let's say you run I am happy. Let's say you say echo, then you echo. Okay, let's use double quote this time. I am happy. Okay, maybe I am happy. My number is, maybe you put the variable number. Okay, then you close it. You close it. Now let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Go to run it. You see, I didn't break it. I didn't put break. So it's I'm happy and my number is 1. I'm happy and my number is 2. Let me put break, and you know it's up to 20. Let me make it 10, please. Let me put break at the end of this. Put break so that it will not. It will break. It will just break it just like before. Okay. So save. Let's try it again. You see, I am happy my number is 1. I'm happy my number is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this number you're seeing here is the variable. You know the variable continues to increase. It increases from number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 till 10, and it continues. Do you see that? So that is there for loop. So you see that it's more or less like while loop. The difference is that this number plus everything on the variable creation, the declaration of the variable, the counter, the condition and the counter, all of them are within this for loop. So this is important. This will be easy to read, especially when you have large block of code. Let's say now, if you are using while loop, let me tell you why this one is very preferable. If you are using while loop, if you have a long code, maybe after the while loop, inside this curly bracket, you have long code, okay, long code. Then you know that the code, you have to enter all the code. Even if it is very long, you have to enter all the code inside this, after this code, before you enter this counter. Are you getting me? And this counter must not always be like this. It can be something else. It must not always be number plus, it can be something else. So for someone to know the count, to find the counter, the person has to scroll down, okay, until where this code ends. So now look for the counter. So it can be a bit confusing. But once the person, this one is easy to read, even if the codes here is long. It doesn't matter much, because the person will just come here and read the variable immediately. You see the variable declaration, you see the condition, and you see the counter, and that's all. So and that solves it. You get that? So that's why a for loop is actually used most times. Okay. You can also use others. Others are also amazing. Okay. So that is for loop. Thank you so much.